To understand the religious rights of offenders today, we need to go back and look at a 15-year interplay back and forth between Congress and the Supreme Court. The battle began in 1990. Prior to that year, the Supreme Court had given strong protection to offenders' religious rights in cases going back 20 years or more. In 1990, the court changed that in the Smith case. The result of that case was to weaken offenders' religious rights by making it harder for them to win religious lawsuits. Congress didn't like that. Many of them were strong supporters of freedom of religion. They wanted to broaden religious rights, not limit them. From 1991 to 1993, Congress held hearings. Over and over again, they found frivolous and arbitrary barriers to the religious practices of offenders in prisons and jails. To remove those barriers, in 1993, Congress passed the Religious Freedom Restoration Act, or RFRA. The new law overruled the 1990 Supreme Court decision and went back to the stronger protection of offenders' religious rights. The law was opposed by all 50 state departments of correction, but it found support among both conservative and liberal lawmakers, reflected by its co-sponsors, Senators Ted Kennedy of Massachusetts and Orrin Hatch of Utah. In 1992, Senator Ted Kennedy expressed the law's intent, stating, "The pioneers who founded America came here to practice their faiths, free from government interference, convinced of the need to assure for all Americans for all time the right to practice their religion unencumbered." Senator Orrin Hatch added that the law is important for the preservation of religious freedom of all American people, especially for those whose religious beliefs and practices differ from the majority. In 1997, the Supreme Court found that RFRA only applied to federal agencies. It did not apply to the states. Again, Congress didn't like that. They saw the RFRA court decision as a weakening of religious freedom. So in 2000, Congress passed the Religious Land Use and Institutionalized Persons Act, referred to as Rluipa, and once again strengthened offenders' religious rights. In 2005, to the surprise of many corrections officials around the country, the Supreme Court upheld Rluipa and ruled that it is constitutional. Rluipa is now the law. It sets the legal standard for offenders' religious rights.